Okay, here we are. I'm reporting you to my development progress in module 3, and first, how did I utilize inheritance in my game. And over here I have my game. I create a game object where I put this name and hit points, which are same as a player as an enemy. And by getters and setters, I use these in my game code many times. But as I use a lot more private members in game in player than enemy in this program. And how did I implement per turns attack in a code? I made it over here. If attacked first, if input is attacked, there should be enemies at first. There are nothing to attack if there are not enemies, and if there are more than 0 enemies, then I do this for every enemy, because I have made this kind of max enemies over here, which macro where are 3 enemies by now, possible in this game. And for every enemy which have been created, if enemy pointer isn't null, so there are contents, then it is possible to attack to that enemy. And then the player, which I get here, try to attack to this enemy, and there is a randomness, and there is my, if random is under 60, then enemy hit points are made it again as a -1, and then I just print that it hits, and if the round is not, then game player misses his hits. And again, if enemy hit points are 0, then I destroy the enemy, kill the enemy, and then delete in enemy content, and then made enemy pointer null, so there isn't any, and so on. I also, when quit, then I made enemy, if enemy pointer isn't null, then I made it. Okay, but attack of the possible enemies, then if there is enemy, there isn't 0, then for every enemy I have created, then the game has created, and it isn't that pointer null, then enemy try to attack, I print it out, and then I made a randomness, and the randomness is under 60. Then he hits, and the players player's hit points are -1. And then how do I implement a game-ending test code? As I saw you that first there is a quit, of course, but then if there are in the game, if the player hit points are 0, then I print out that enemy killed player, and then he prints status, and then I delete that player as have been created and set the player pointer to null. And over there I also delete those enemies by that. And then I can show you how this works. Over here, excuse me, over here. And I also made that if it can be loaded those things, but it is also possible to create as a new player, temperature player, and so on. If we search first, we see that there arrives. Let's search more. No, I just made another enemy, and then I try to try to attack the enemy, and answer missed. Then answer try to enemy 2, and then hits the enemy 2. So enemy try to attack first, and enemy 2 try to attack, and so on. And if I continue, I show you that it somehow breaks down like this. But anyway, that's the way I do it. Okay, thank you.